Good day. Welcome to Your VIDHS, an informative podcast brought to you by the Virgin Islands Department of Human Services, where we feature our 84 programs that we do right here in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Today we have a very special podcast for you with some special guests. We have DHS's Office of Child Care and Regulatory Services, aka OCCRS. Today I am joined by the hardworking women at OCCRS, and let me do some introductions. I will begin with Miss Luz Camacho. Welcome. Luz has been with DHS for 17 years, 12 years at DFA, and you have been at OCCRS for 5 years.
Correct.
Good morning. We're also joined by Miss Ena Edward-Descartes. She is our Quality Improvement Specialist. She has been at Head Start for 11 years. You have been an educator for 6 years, and you are at OCCRS for 3 years. Is that correct? That's great. And of course, we're joined by our administrator, the lovely Miss Tishma Tucker-Lans. Tishma has been with DHS for 4 years, but how long have you been an educator for?
15 years.
15 years. So I see a little correlation here. There's a correlation between being an educator and being in OCCRS a little bit.
Yes.
Ms. Camacho, you're our child care specialist. You also dabbled in education as well?
No.
Good. So we got you here exclusively. Okay, so they can't take you back. Good. I want to start us off with a little bit of just an explanation to the audience. What is OCCRS?
The child care program in the Virgin Islands provides subsidy for parents and families to pay for quality child care in the territory, which allows the family or parent to attend work or enter into the workforce while at training, knowing that their child will be in a safe environment and a stimulating head start for the new beginning of their educational year. The Child Care Office also licenses child care providers, where we make sure that all child care providers meet quality. Let's express that.
I hear that.
Quality mandates, which includes quality spacing, proper health and safety and sanitation guidelines, and appropriate parent-child ratio, student-child ratio. We also have the quality unit. The quality unit provides training for our teachers to make sure that we provide the best assistance within the centers for encouraging, enriching, and nurturing environment for our children within the territory. With a quality unit, we also help providers to provide educational, developing programs as they move forward from 0 to 4.5.
So you guys give money out to daycares?
Oh, we sure do.
And you guys regulate daycares?
Yes, we do. Definitely we do.
Any other aspect of early child care you guys do regulation over, or just specifically anything that deals with the adolescence of a certain age?
Well, we also do provide after-school assistance to school-age children from ages 5 to 12. We also provide assistance for special needs children from 0 to 19. We also help with before care. So we're there to make sure that we can help a family know that while away from their child, the guidance is given to our child care providers to make sure stimulation is constantly growing throughout that day.
And you know, child care is very important. The way that we foster education to our kids, the atmosphere that we set them up in, I can imagine that being the regulatory arm, you guys have seen quite a few things. Talk to me a little bit about first qualifications. What's the qualifications to work in early child care?
All right. So with that, I'd like to turn this over to our Quality Improvement Specialist, Ms. Ena Edward-Descartes.
Good morning, and thanks for the question. The qualifications for an employee at the child care facilities on island is based on our VI regulations, rules and regulations. And they fall under various categories. So we have the director, who doesn't have to be the owner. The director has to have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree in a child health or social services background. So it could be child psychology, it could be early childhood education, it could be basic education itself, but it has to be a bachelor's or an associate's in one of those fields. That person also has to be 21 and over. Also, high school diploma is required.
Okay.
Or a GED. And in some cases, we have directors who may have come from the Caribbean islands where they do not do the high school diploma like we do up here in the U.S. territories. So they would need to get verification that their education, the complete secondary school education,
yes,
or even their college degree matches what we offer or what we require here. And also, they would need to, if they don't have any of those, they could have the CDA. The CDA is the Child Development Associate Certification. It is recognized throughout the United States and even in some countries outside of the United States.
That's amazing.
That's for just the director. Then we have the teachers and we have the assistant teachers as well. The teachers would need to have the high school diploma. They could have an associate degree. They could have a bachelor's degree, 18 years of age. And also they could do the certificate that we offer them help with, which is the CDA. Right. And the assistant teachers, 18 years of age, high school diploma, and we encourage them as well to get the CDA.
What does the CDA help them with? What avenues does it open?
So the CDA is a certification program that works just as well as the associate's degree.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is. It is nationally accredited. And like I said previously, even certain countries outside of the United States accept the CDA.
Yes.
So somebody who attains their CDA here in the Virgin Islands can go to Florida. They could go to Atlanta. They could go to New York and find a job in one of the childcare facilities. That's over amazing. There. I have an experience of a young lady who left here and went to Florida as a volunteer at a childcare facility. And within 2 weeks, when they found out that she had her CDA, she got employed. So what we do is we encourage our staff.
Yes.
If you don't have your CDA, to go out and attain it. Now, they don't have to go very far because we would provide scholarships.
That's amazing. And that was my next question, my follow-up. Would you guys do any financial assistance?
Yes, we do. We provide scholarships for them. The necessary thing for them to be able to get that scholarship is that they would have to be employed or volunteering at one of our licensed facilities. And we provide them with the books, we provide them with online access to be able to accomplish the CDA. So once they finish the coursework, which is 120 hours,
yes,
we then take them through the second part of it, which is the preparation of their portfolio, their verification visit, where somebody comes in to see them at work, and then they write the exam. All of that is facilitated through the quality unit in the Office of Child Care.
That seems like a very important role that they have. Let me jump back a little bit and ask more about, since we're on the qualifications role, what about to qualify to work just in the early care and education program? What are the qualifications for that? Pretty much the same thing with
pretty much the same thing. Yes, pretty much the same thing with the CDA, because we have some persons who come in having completed the child management course through the Department of Education.
Excellent.
So some of them come in, and once they come in with that, we bring them into doing the CDA. Once they've completed the child management course,
yes,
they come with their portfolio completed. So we do a review of the portfolio, and then we take them to the other two steps, which would be the verification visit and the test.
Because here's the thing, right? And Toby and I have been talking about this. When this is all over, I might do the daddy daycare thing. Now, I've been watching it on TV a little bit. I love kids, and kids love me. You know what I mean? I have a good time. So if I wanted to, you know, explore my avenues, let's say enter early child care, make an investment into it, you ladies are who I'm supposed to come to first to begin getting the idea of what qualifications I need, understand what incentives I can have and what I don't have, find out what financial assistance. You guys are the ones that will help me boost my daddy daycare?
Definitely. The Office of Child Care will provide the assistance, from the beginning of conception to the ending of conception. With licensing, you'll go through your orientation with the licensing staff. To complete your CDA, the quality unit will provide assistance from your portfolio. Presently, we're opening up our Zoom workbook sessions for CDA to take you through the supplies, so we're not leaving you there, as well as supported encouraging notes to make sure that each course is completed as you go through your day-to-day life.
Wow, wow. I'm almost on my way. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Play in the mud, swing from trees, all that. No, I'm just okay. All right, let's get back into the thing. All right, so let me talk more about informal providers. What are the requirements to become an informal provider? And then when you do, what are the number of children you're allowed?
All right, so for informal providers, basically we have that program is called FFN, Family, Friend, and Neighbor. Family, Friend, and Neighbor.
Yes. FFN. That's wonderful.
Yes, okay. Family, Friend, and Neighbor. So with that, parent has the option of having a family, friend, and neighbor to take care of the child, which is allowed only 2 children within that household. So care can be given at the family, friend, or neighbor's home or in the parent's home, which our licensing unit will go and inspect to make sure all health and safety guidelines are met to move forward. Background check is taken care of to make sure that that individual is certified to be able to take care of your child. So we not only inspect your site, but we make sure that the check is there to keep that child healthy and safe.
Run me into a scenario. Let's say, who typically are FFNs?
Typically, FFNs are grandmas.
Really?
Aunties.
This is what I'm saying.
Yes, we're there to help.
Paid for that?
And they can get paid for that.
I kind of feel like we're revealing a lot of secrets here. Wait, I can be paid to watch kids?
Yes.
Well, this is something else. You hearing this? You're hearing this when they bring those kids over and they leave and they go on date night or whatever, and you know they have a long job. You know your daughter, she's working 18 hours and you're watching her child, your grandchild. You can get paid.
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right, I want y'all to lock this episode in as one of the special ones, okay? And every time we, for certain things, I'm gonna go like this, and then you're gonna hear the dollar sign. Because that's what we're talking about. Especially when I say daddy daycare. I ain't playing about that. But anyway, let's go over that some more, okay? So it's the number of children you're allowed to have as a FFN provider is
only 2 children.
Only 2 kids.
Yes.
Okay, so brother and sister, or your neighbors, cousins or cousin,
the neighbor and your child, that is allowed within the facility.
And you could get paid for this?
You could get paid per child.
You know how much aunts and uncles and older cousins I have terrorized that would have probably loved to give, and my mom wasn't giving them no money. That was their duty as family members. But hey, it's a new age and time. Toby, I hope you're taking this down. Now, I love this. What is the requirement then for essential worker applicants?
All right, so essential workers applicants, what I'll do is take this opportunity to turn it over to our child care specialist, Ms. Luz Camacho.
Ms. Camacho, let's move over to ask, what are now the requirements for non-essential workers?
Non-essential workers has to be working, going to school, training or volunteering for at least 30 hours per week. Also, they have to meet the 85% annual income based on family size. Really?
And they will get what in return? They will also receive benefits through childcare?
And they will receive a voucher to help them or assist them with payments to the provider.
Excellent.
Based on their income.
Yeah. And this is because, you know, they might be struggling with finding a provider, the nature of their job. Why do we offer this?
Well, we offer this to make sure that our parents will be able to stay within the workforce, either by working, training, or attending a university.
Yes.
You want to make sure that a parent, while they are at these particular sightings, know that their children are safe.
Yes.
Know that they're being educated. Know that they're being helped, because we are that village to help raise the children in our community.
Yes. Oh, wow. So OCCRS not only provides the atmosphere for the children to be looked after and the providers to be there, but we also provide incentives for people looking to put their kids in those areas.
Yes, we definitely
that's wide range aspect that it finally comes together for me in this, and I hope it does for you as well. You guys are doing so much for childcare in that aspect as well, working on both sides of the aisle. Talk to me a little bit more about essential versus non-essential. How does that work?
Essential workers are processed differently. We exempt their income in order to make them eligible.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Because I'm an essential worker.
Those are for those that their income are over our income scale bracket.
I didn't say that, no. But yes.
Yes, so they have to meet, most of the requirements will be the same as a non-essential worker. The only thing is that we process them based when it comes to their income, we process them a little bit differently.
Yes.
And
but it's so good you have that for them, because they have to be called out to work at times where it may be totally inconvenient for them to work, and yeah, they might make a little more money than everybody else, but they still need people to watch their kids too.
Yes,
this is amazing. So no, go ahead, please continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes. What we do with them is that we exempt their income, like I said before, but in their situation, we will apply a copay for those that make $50,000 and over. It depends on the family size and also on their income.
That's still great.
Yeah,
I'm willing to pay a little bit. If, you know, hurricane come, I have to leave the house. You know, I work as Department of Human Services. Just on another end, we're ESF 6. We have to be able to open shelters immediately when a storm comes. So that's amazing. So I could, you know, run my girl over to a provider, and it's actually, you know, get a little subsidy to help me with that. That'd be amazing if I could do that. Not saying I would, but for parents that are out there and are listening, you know, OCCRS is here to help. Definitely. Let me jump on another quick question. I want to talk a little bit about the mini grants, the quality improvement mini grants that are being offered to some of these facilities. Can we get into that a little bit? It's supposed to be for outdoor play equipment. Okay, supplemental energy sources, a light bulb or maybe a little water heater, health and safety, education and training. How are these grants being administered?
Well, at this present time, the grants are available on the DHS website, Office of Child Care, or you have the opportunity to call one of the representatives in the office.
And we've had the number up right here so y'all can see.
Please definitely do. We have them out there. We want to make sure that we provide the funding that is there to make sure that the environment becomes more enriching.
Yes.
As you talk about the outdoor play, most centers may not have that outdoor setting. So here it is. You know, as younger, we always wanted to get on the slide and the swing. So we're now providing that funding for you to definitely have that additional. And it is an educational outreach.
Absolutely.
It is needed for our children on a day-to-day basis.
Recreation is very important.
Definitely, of course. And then, of course, we have the energy grant, which I think is exciting. You can get into solar.
Yeah, you can. You can turn your daycare, get it off the reliability of you know who.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's amazing.
Make sure there's no interruptions there when we're providing assistance. You know, because it's always hard for a parent to hear that, you know, I have to pick up my child from the daycare because of, you know, unforeseen circumstances. But here it is, we're providing that energy grant to be able to assist. And then, of course, the health and safety grant. Again, you're paying for your health inspection, you're paying for your fire inspection, you're paying for the lab work to get that health card, you're paying for your health card. So we're taking that burden off of the providers as well, so we have that grant there for them. And then on top of that, although we provide internal training from the quality staff, here it is, this education grant, you can send your staff to NACI. Any educational,
professional development. You can use this money for professional development at your institution.
Definitely. So the Office of Child Care wants to make sure that we are growing our entire family, not just the children, but the family, the parents, the child care providers, to become a complete unit within the territory.
That's amazing with the quality improvement mini grants. Please check that out. We'll also share some information here for you to find out how if you're a child care provider, how you can get some of that money. I want to talk about the props that y'all got in your hand. What's going on with this here this morning? Let's start with you with Mr. Descartes. What's this?
Okay, so in my hand I have the Alpha Tub. The Alpha Tub is a literacy program that we are venturing out with to help develop the literacy among our children.
Yes.
In the Office of Child Care, we are big on literacy. And just to go off tangent a little bit, every other Tuesday, we do a 1-hour broadcast. It's a Zoom where we bring in storytellers and we do songs.
That's
do
amazing.
Little activities with the facilities, with the children, in an effort to improve the level of literacy among our children.
That's great.
And so the Alpha Tub is an extension of this. With the Alpha Tub, a pilot program begins at the end of February, where the team will be coming to the Virgin Islands, first off in St. Thomas and then to St. Croix. And they will be piloting this program among a few of our facilities on island. With this program, there's an app that we can use to track the progress of our children.
Oh, wow.
To track the progress of the participation of the
Yeah,
parents.
open it up. Let's see it. Let's see what's in there.
So it has cards that the parents would use or the teacher uses in the classroom.
Yep.
The good thing about this is it is in Spanish, it is in English, and also in American Sign Language. So anybody, whether you're Spanish, whether you're English, or you only use sign language to communicate, you could use the Alpha Tub.
Very nice.
So this is what it looks like. And then there is a slot here. Oops, they're falling off, but
It's okay.
you push the cards in
Yeah.
that you could store it in.
Yep.
And as you take them off, if you take off a letter, then the picture is there.
Yes.
And you could match the picture with the letter.
That's amazing.
What is exciting about this now is the fact that we're actually going to get a set of cards that are localized to the Virgin Islands. Yes.
For real?
Yes, for
The
real,
same.
for real.
We gonna have some Johnny Cake and
Fungi and
Yes,
the
yes.
deer and the heart.
Carambola.
Yes, yes.
Hibiscus.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
we got. And a madras
yes.
one too.
Yes.
Oh, Lord
yes.
have mercy.
Yes.
This is the case. I like that. You know, I'm excited about
Yes,
that.
so we're beginning the training with the staff on
Well, we do.
St.
We're
Thomas
coming back
first.
here to show
Yes,
them off.
Yes.
and then we're going to do the St. Croix staff next. The team is very excited to be here. And the most exciting thing about it is anybody who has access to it can track the progress of their child.
Yes.
So I could stay in my office and track the facilities on St. Thomas. So in case one facility is not doing as well this week,
Yep.
I can call up and say, how can I help you? I could track a child and I could say to the parent, here's what you can do to make it better next week.
Awesome.
And the parents can go in themselves and see what the child did during the day using this. So this is an extra resource to help that child move from point A to point B. And if that child is already at point A, we're taking them to A+.
Yes.
Because now there is more exposure to this. They don't stick to one card. There's more than one card. You could write sentences. You could read sentences. You could make stories. You could even write a story using the Alpha Tub.
That's great.
And so as soon as the last week of February rolls in, we'll be on the ground moving boots and all, ready to take the Alpha Tub out and to flood the Virgin Islands.
We're ready for
with the
that.
Alpha Tub.
That's gonna be exciting. What do you have there, Administrator Tucker-Lans? What is that?
All right, so we have an additional, educational toy. And this is actually being provided to our parents.
Okay.
What we're doing this year is we're taking all our research parents and new parents, placing them into a raffle. And then we draw it the following month. So then the parents will obtain this literacy flashcard for those younger kids, because most of the time our kids are on the phones.
Yes.
So we got 5 minutes and 10 minutes to pull it out, and with this it is electronic. You will be able to turn that on and just place the character of each family. It may be a fruit, and the enunciation of the words,
yes,
the numbers, products, it's all here.
Oh wow, it speaks to you.
Yes,
yeah. That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
it does. And what is great about it, doesn't need that much power. Just a little cell phone charger.
Yep.
You charge that phone 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
And again, 5 minutes away from the TV, 5 minutes away from the iPad,
Yeah.
5 minutes away from the phone. But then they have all of these lovely flashcards, 240 words.
I need those because
240 words. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful product.
I have a 2-year-old
Colorful.
nephew, and he's on the iPad already.
Well, we know that.
know?
So here it is. With,
He needs that. That's what he needs right there.
Yes. You know, you were talking about daddy daycare. It has the father there.
Hey.
Simple
Uh-huh.
arm switch. You put it in. Let's see if it's on. I'm sorry.
Father.
Oh!
Clear as day.
At every Nugent Daddy Daycare near you.
And it's in the family mode, and of course we don't want to forget, we're not leaving here today without definitely making sure it says mother.
Absolutely.
So it's there. And
Absolutely.
again, it comes with 2 set of cards, 240 words.
That's good.
240 words.
I
to
love
deal
it.
with.
I love it. This has been a really exciting episode. I hope you understand more about what OCCRS does for the Virgin Islands and for our kids as a whole because of this episode. I want to get some final words from each and every one of you, beginning with you, Ms. Descartes. Anything you'd like to tell our people?
I would just like to encourage our parents to reach out to us, whether it be any one of us in the Office of Childcare, the quality unit. I have been trying to get my parents qualified because they too can do the CDA even if they just volunteer. So they too could do the CDA, they too could we have other online courses that we could offer, and they can become acquainted with what it is like to really take care of their children and bring them up to par with literacy in particular and math. We're having an issue when it comes to kids count. The numbers don't look really good and we wonder why. And so within the Office of Childcare, we have resources that we can provide, whether it be online or hands-on, that we can provide that the parents can use in order to help make the transition from preschool into kindergarten a lot easier. Also, I would like to say to my facilities out there, thank you for being an awesome set of people to work with, and I'm always available to offer help whenever it's needed.
Ms. Camacho?
Yes, I would encourage everyone that is working, going to school, training or volunteering to come to our office, apply for assistance, or you can go online at dhs.vi.gov. The application is there also, or you can go to the office and get it from there.
Yeah, I would have loved if you could have said that in Espanol for our viewers too. Could you?
Exhortamos a todos los padres o madres que estén trabajando 30 horas o más que por favor vayan a la oficina, consigan una aplicación, la llenen, o si no, vayan en línea al de dhs.vi.gov. La aplicación está ahí también y pueden llenarla y someterla en línea. O pueden llamarnos al 340-772-7147.
Sí, sí. Administrator Tucker-Lans, I'll leave the final say to you.
Well, I want to thank the staff for definitely being who they are, but we want to definitely encourage our childcare providers to apply for our grants that we have forward. And the American Rescue Grant is still on the floor.
It is.
We still have these 2 beautiful grants that are out there to assist our childcare providers as we move forward. It is our intent to make sure that we provide the assistance to create enriching and stimulating environments for the children here in the territory. And I just want to thank you and the DHS team for allowing us to be here to provide this information to our community. We are that village to help raise that child.
Yes, you are. And I want to thank you and your team for coming and sharing all of this beautiful information with us today. I want to thank you in advance for helping me spearhead my new daddy daycare ventures. You know what I'm saying? But no, we definitely are glad that we are here today with OCCRS. Thank you all for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Your VIDHS. I'm Ryan Nugent, and we'll see you on our next episode. Take care.